Okay, here it is. There's the fidget bin. You guys have asked to kind of get a breakdown. Let's look at some different options that you have for fidget toys, and let's talk about the different ways they can be used, the different energies that I personally feel that they have. And before we get into all of this, just remember, this is my experience, right? How I use the fidgets. This is all based on me. I don't have any other frame of reference because I exist up here. So what I like, you may not like, and that is completely okay. Now, I have amassed a bit of a hoard. I'm a bit of a dragon when it comes to fidgets. There's more on the table, but it was so full you couldn't really see in. So there's a bag of like on the road fidgets, backup fidgets that were gifted to me. A lot of these I've bought with my own money. Some of these were gifts from friends and family. So let's just kind of dive in and take a look at a couple of fidgets. The ones that I see right off the top that are like some of my favorite fidgets of all time. And there's going to be weird noises in this video because some of these make sounds. So I'm going to try and not be too close to the mic, but just so you know, brace yourself, okay? Tangles. I love me a tangle, okay? And I've got probably way more of these than I should. Some of them, oh, there's another one. There's another one. Okay, I have a problem. Tangle, if you guys ever want to sponsor a video, know that your fidgets are probably by far my favorite fidgets of all time. I would say if there was one fidget, you have no fidgets, and you're like, there's one that I'd like to try. I do not know a lot of people who don't like their tangles. Some of them are fuzzy. The fuzzy ones, I hear people don't like the fuzzy ones. I really love my fuzzy one. I don't use it as much anymore just because I'm one of those people, like I'm kind of scared to ruin it, but it's very soft. Like it's really soft, it's really nice. The hard plastic ones are also fun, but they are, as you can hear, a little bit noisier. If I was only able to keep one fidget, it would probably be my chonky rubber tangle. I love this thing to the moon and back. I love it so much because it does a couple of different things for me. So for starters, it makes a really good, but not super offensively loud sound when I squeeze it, so I can put that next to my ear. It has dimples on it, and I am a little bit of a pain seeker when it comes to stimming, and the dimples allow me to press down and actually cause a bit of pain in my thumbnails, which feels really good. That sounds horrible, right? But it's something that I seek, and it's something that I am slowly ruining my own fingernails doing with my fingernails. Like I'll just pull away at the skin there, and this stops me from doing that. So really it's a lifesaver. I love this. It's mindless, it moves, it feels fluid, it's calming. The Tangled, really and truly, I'm gonna also have linked as many of these as I could possibly find. Now, it's via my Amazon affiliate shop, so I do receive a small percentage of the sale, but it's not going to cost you any more or less, and there's no pressure to buy from there unless you wish to help support my channel. But if you do find them like cheaper somewhere else, or you're able to find them locally so you don't have to wait or pay for shipping or whatever, like go do you. But it does help support my channel a little bit if you would like to use my Amazon affiliate shop. So, so many fidgets. Another really common one that you'll see on the internet, which I perhaps have one too many. Oh, geez. Oh, this is a little embarrassing. I think there's one more that I'm missing. Are these. And I've got some of these are from the dollar store, and some of them are by a brand called Neato. The Neato brand has been the longest lasting, but you can find these at your local dollar store. I've seen them. I've got a couple from like these two. I think these two might have actually been from Canadian Tire, but they're not holding up as well anymore. They're starting to like get kind of like chunky. They're not sort of holding, and they're about the same age as the ones that I have from Neato. So I do like the Neato brand ones, and I've got quite a few from them, and they've been holding up really well. And that's a good like tension relieving, but it's not for me like a long-term oh, I forgot. I actually have more fidgets. A surprise to no one. I also keep, oh, wait, what? What? Who is that? I have two of these? That's not a good sign, is it? That I didn't know that I had two of these. So this is the one that I really love by my desk. Imposter! And then I also found my Neato Nice Cube. Okay, hang on. Again, this is all going to be linked. You're going to be able to find all of the things. So panic not. It's going to be okay. I have way too many fidgets, but oh no, where's the snow? Where is he? Oh no! I'm missing a fidget bin. Okay, just sit down, get yourself a beverage or something, or a snack. I'll be right back. I have, oh, the perfectionist in me kind of wants to start the video over again, but I'm also just so embarrassed that it's too funny that I think I need to leave this in. This is my main fidget bin. That's the archive of fidget. No wonder I'm like, where? These are all the backup fidgets, so when I lose shit, which I inevitably do. Okay, so here is, oh, this is, yeah, this is where everybody is. So, this is so chaotic. I hope that you're at least finding this funny because this is pretty ludicrous. So a staple, it's not a fidget, but it's my Pikachu hood. And this, when I don't want to wear headphones, because it's a double layered like fleece thing, it actually blocks out a fair amount of sound. And then I can put my hands in the pockets. So I always have that. And this is the fidget bin that lives right by the couch. All my children live in this bin, okay? Or in this one right by the computer. So I do have fidget bins kind of stashed throughout the house. This is another kind of an important kind of a thing to note. I also keep like eye masks because this is by my crash pad on the couch, which is like my autistic nest, if you will. And I have a PDF guide if you want to check that out on my Ko-fi. I'm sorry, this is too funny. This is so chaotic and embarrassing. I love it. But yeah, this is what the inside of this looks like. It's just a wicker basket, and I've got a few things like temperature regulation. Okay, sometimes I like a fan. I love Poppets. This one's my favorite one. The square one is in the other bin, but this one, for whatever reason, the tension of the bubbles. Come on, am I right? My pancakes. My pancakes are one of the only remaining fidgets. I went through a phase before I knew I was autistic. I had been buying like fidgets without really knowing why I was buying fidgets. And then I got really like embarrassed by all the fidgets, and then I just donated them all. And this was the only one that I kept. So it's pancakes and it's a squish, and I like it, but I'm very careful with it because I also really like pancakes and I don't want to ruin it. So these are like a baby, like a kid's toy. I love that. Oh, I love it so much. So good. And it doesn't cause pain per se, but it is a spiky sensation. It's very good. Oh, look, more of these. So these are called sugar balls. And it's filled with, I think, like a corn syrup or something. I actually cut one of them open on an old TikTok account that I had, which I don't post on anymore. And that video blew up and it was really funny. So kind of loved that. Here's the one that I was talking about. So this is a Neato, I think it's called a Neato snowball. And it's not the most visually appealing. I don't really know what they were thinking with the blue sparkles. But hopefully you can hear that. I'll try and get close to the mic. Like, it's like walking through snow. And as someone, though I live in Canada, we're, Canada light over here, so we don't get a lot of snow. I love this thing. I use this quite a bit. I'm actually going to move. I thought it was still in here, so I'm going to move it back in here. So you have lots of these. This is a very common kind of, like, that's a Neato, I think a gumdrop, I think that one was called. I cut a Slinky. These guys, which my dog loves, I don't let him play with them without me, but he gets really excited when they do that. I don't know why. It's really funny. You have a lot of different things and a lot of things that you might not even realize could be good fidgets. Like, people might not look at, so for example, there's so much in here. This was, I think, called a Waldo wand. It has a Where's Waldo in it, which I didn't know. I got it when I was a kid. I didn't notice him until like high school. Anyways, and this is a Wonder Tube, I think. Wonder Tubes. And these are kind of expensive these days, but they are a great visual stim and very calming. Very, very chill. I really like these. I also love that sound. So good. A friend of mine gave me a Triceratops Poppet, which I gotta be honest, he won the whole day, man. I love this one so much. It's my Triceratops. If you don't know, I love dinosaurs. There's also, she also gave me another like dinosaur Triceratops skeleton. Oh, hey, there's another Tangle. This was another one that I really like, and it's plastic, but it's got the nubbins on it again, and you can do the fingernail thing with these ones too, and it's so good. Then I've got a series of like fidget spinners. That looks really cool on camera. This one's my favorite one, though. I think I like the sound that this one makes. But I also really, really love this one. So it's in my main fidget bin by the couch too. I also have a deep love of these guys. And so what I'll do with one of these is this helps facilitate the hand. I don't do flappy hands. I do shaky fists. I don't know if you are also a shaky fister, but that's like the thing that I do. And I like to put it between my, so like this, I put my thumb between so it doesn't like shoot out of my hand. And then I just, and I like it because it hurts when it hits me, and it also just feels really good. So whenever I have to go for like blood work or I have to go to the doctors, I always have, because it's also quiet. So I'll like have it between my fingers like this and just kind of move it around in my hand, and that has a very calming effect. You can also find a lot of great fidgets on Etsy. I had a friend of mine who found this one on Etsy and then sent it to me. I love my slug. I'm just gonna try and do that a little further away. He's really noisy, so he doesn't come out with me, but he's really satisfying. Okay, another one that I got off Etsy. Oh man, this is a good one. It's another noisy fidget. So I think now is probably a good opportunity for me to say that different fidgets have like different energies. And whether, I don't mean like energy, I mean just like there's a vibe. There's like a feeling that I get that different fidgets give off. So some fidgets do more to work me up than they do to calm me down. So for example, if I'm feeling agitated or I'm feeling stressed and I need to move my body to help regulate that, I will reach for something like a Tangle. I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. Hit me up because more people need to know, okay? It does something for me. Scientifically, I don't know what to tell you, but just the way that it moves in this very nonsensical yet extremely logical fashion, it's calming. It's really good. So like, where's my chunky boy? I like the colors of this one a lot. You saw me, I think was it the last video? I think I even used it. Might have been the last video, but it helps keep me here and now because I don't have to think. There's no thinking. Brain empty in the best way possible. Really and truly. I discovered the Tangle. Okay, you got to see this thing. This thing is archaic. Hang on. Can I reach it from here? I probably can. So when I was a little kid, my grandma took me to Science World. And at Science World, we found some things. One of them was like a little wire snake with a big floofy, fluffy head that I used to just like feather dust on my face. The other thing was this guy, okay? And then the last guy was my very first Tangle ever, and this is actually an official brand. This is the official Tangle. It's got the actual logo still on it, but listen to this thing. Okay, we're talking the 90s, man. Like, how long has this company even been around for? That's crazy. I don't play with it much anymore because it's so precious to me that I just keep it in my little treasure chest. But Tangles I've been using for longer than I knew I was autistic, okay? I love Tangles. I used to bring that thing with me for like everywhere. And it actually took me, okay, so if you ever want to know how to like wind it up, you start and you just loop it. And then you're like, oh, it's not quite right. You just kind of shimmy the pieces through and then you make a perfect loop again. I love Tangles so much. I really, really do. Like 100 out of 10, okay? But each fidget will have kind of a vibe that it comes with. So for example, a fidget toy that I also really like, and I happen to have one right here. I've got a couple of different varieties of this particular fidget, but this is essentially a marble in a finger trap. And this one is fantastic. This is another really calming one. Something about the texture, though, I do have to be careful because this can bring me up as opposed to bring me down. And this takes some guessing and testing because what is true for me might not necessarily be true for you, and unfortunately, you're gonna have to do the legwork to kind of see what works and what doesn't. But while you're fidgeting, and we're gonna talk about how to fidget in just a second, but while you're fidgeting, try and notice. And you're not necessarily, because if you're like me, and I have a really hard time verbalizing and pinpointing what it is I'm feeling, but just trying to notice any subtle changes. It uses a lot of brain power, unfortunately, when you're first trying to sort this out. And it doesn't have to be complicated either, right? You can just dive in. I just know that I am sensitive. What was your first clue? And therefore, I do pay attention to these things, because the last thing I want to do is be fidgeting and then be getting angrier, and it's no good. So the fidget itself is wonderful and does have its place. Because if I'm at that intensity already, sometimes meeting that intensity with the right fidget can be very rewarding and very good. So, but it really depends. So we talked about Tangles. Now let's talk about how to fidget. And for that, I want to grab, there's somebody specific I wanted to grab for this. Oh, there he is. Ah! God, there are too many Tangles in here. It's just like all Tangles. What the hell? There's another one of those guys. Another one of those finger trap guys. Tangles ahoy. Okay, so fidgets definitely just flew out of there all over the floor. Okay, so I used this as an example in my previous video, and I want to use it again in this video because I think it's important. So you've got a fidget. Let's say it's an infinity cube. And what an infinity cube is just a cube that you just literally, it becomes a cube over and over and over again into infinity and beyond. So you have this cube and you're like, what the hell do I do with this thing? Well, the first thing you do is you kind of look at your fidget and assess how it could be used. And so this one has really only one way that it can be used, and that is just to do this. So start doing that. And it's going to probably feel a little stupid. I'm not going to lie. When I first started fidgeting, I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, why? Because not fidgeting and not moving is part of my mask. So I have always been told throughout my life, sit still. Don't fidget with your hair. Don't fidget with that toy in your pocket. Stop trying to turn glue into silly putty. Just stop it. You're annoying the other kids in the classroom. You're annoying me. Just sit still. So not fidgeting is a huge part of me trying to appear normal, okay? And to not piss you off. Let those feelings kind of surface. And as those feelings are kind of happening, move the fidget in accordance with like the intensity of the feeling that you're having. If I'm trying to find a way to word this, because this is not an easy thing for me to explain. So I'm trying my very best, and hopefully it's clear. If somebody else has thoughts on how I could word this, like get in my comment section, let's go. But that's what I'll do. Like right now I'm agitated at the fact that the lawn guys are out on a Monday when it's my filming time. What are you guys doing? It's a Monday. They didn't say they were coming on a Monday. I'm annoyed by that. It's like I had no notice. I had no warning. I am really agitated. It's really irritating. Like all I want to do is film in peace and quiet, and I never can because there's always somebody out. So you see what's happening? Do you see? I'm going faster and faster and faster. And we're getting it out. Get it out of your system. I wish I had known, because I thought that like, okay, I'm going to fidget. I'm going to have like fidget toys, and I'm just going to like, what with them? I don't fucking know, man. Okay, so like here was another one. When I was first really getting into my fidgets, this was my guy. This was my BFF. He is really loud and obnoxious, and I've been told off by people for using it. And I appreciate that. Listen to that. That's a loud ass pop. I get it. But this thing, and this is how I would use it. And I would just go, the more upset I was getting, the more I needed to just move it out of my system, the more I would just pop this thing. And it drains, it's like, so you've like, it's all come up and now it's all gonna come out. I'm trying to think of how better to explain it, but that's fidgeting. That's also stimming. So like, I rock when I stand. And I do this very often in grocery store lines because I can't cope. Fucking no. Your music's too loud, your perfume's too strong. Stop standing so fucking close to me. That's actually my favorite way to do it, is to give myself space, because if I'm moving around a little bit erratically, which can draw attention, is also not great. I got interrupted by my alarm, reminding me that I had a call, which is actually tomorrow. Ugh. Sometimes it doesn't pay to get out of bed in the morning. Okay, so what was I saying? So I do like a rocking toe tap. And that is another way that I really enjoy. Like, it's like you could call it fidgeting. I would call it maybe more stimming because it's the sensation of it that I really like. So there is just so many different ways to fidget and to do, and it doesn't even have to be something that you, with your fingers, right? Like sometimes something that I really enjoy, I wish it was quieter. I need a company to invent a galaxy projector that's quiet. I mean, like not whisper, I mean silent. Okay? No gears, no, nah. With headphones, it's fine, or earplugs, it's fine, but it is a wonderful visual stim. So if you put it on and you can just sit and just stare, let it move around your vision. You'll have to experiment because it's not the kind of thing that just, I'm going to tell you what to do and that's going to right away work for you. You got to get a little bit comfortable with feeling a little bit silly because you haven't been doing these things your whole life, maybe, or you're looking for new ways to enjoy fidgeting and whatnot. I wanted to also show you another visual stim that I love immensely is this Walmart gift card. And you can see that it switches colors. On camera, it only really switches between red and kind of blue, but there's actually green in here as well. And sometimes I will just let myself zone out and just sit and just, like, it's really good. It's really good. That's another fantastic one. Another staple, this is like, I don't even know where I saw this body brushing, but oh my goodness. A body brush. I like one that's not too firm, but I have a couple that are at different like degrees of firmness. So the one that I keep in here, it feels like sharp, but I will just brush myself all over. This one, I rely on a body brush so much so, look, I've got another one in here. Like these specifically came from Winners and I got them a few years ago. There is no branding on them, unfortunately. So for me to explain to you what this looks like, but I will give you a good look at it. So perhaps you'll be able to find one for yourself. It's a little bit soft. It looks really coarse, but it's not. Like I can press into it and it's not super coarse. So I don't know if that'll help you find it or not, but because I get asked sometimes like, oh, what body brush do you use? I'm like, best body brush ever. Okay, here's one that I showcased the last video that I did on this. These guys are fantastic. And for some reason, dollar stores always seem to have these. I don't know what they're called, but they're just like, they're great. What they're really fun for is making like a pattern, right? And then like pulling it apart. So like here even, and then like, wait. Like it's so good. So experiment and try and notice in your life, if there's things that you're fidgeting with subconsciously, and you're kind of watching for it, like maybe you're somebody who likes to fidget with a zipper or with your earrings or with a ring or with your hair. There's a lot of different fidgets that can help facilitate those kinds of sensations. And I've shown you just a bunch of different options today, and there's so many more than even like, I'm telling you, I love Play-Doh. Okay, so we get Play-Doh in there. I am a huge nut for a good Rubik's Cube. And yes, I do know how to solve it, and I do that frequently. Koosh balls? Oh, baby. Yes, please. How about cookie sliders? Love a cookie. I got a donut slider. It's a little bit more quiet. One of my favorite sliders of all time, and this one I did manage to find on Amazon. Oh, boy. Okay, this one makes a lot of sound, though. So this fidget is just such a good, this was a gift from a friend, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, a metal fidget? Like, that's not gonna be for me. I am telling you, oh boy, it's so annoying that I can't use it with like people around. I mean, my husband doesn't really care, it doesn't bother him, he doesn't really mind sounds like I do. But I can't use this around most people. But when I'm by myself and I'm playing Dinosaurs or I'm just sitting and relaxing, I usually have this thing going. This is like, It's just so good. It's so good. It's stupid how good it is. You have a lot of options out there. There's even things that you might not even consider to be a fidget that could be used as a fidget. Like, for example, these like IQ games with the balls. Those are fun. More Rubik's Cubes, chewing fidgets, like sand-filled little whales. Okay, like there's so many different things. There's also some that are kind of they're obviously trying, and sometimes I feel like they're trying too hard to be a fidget, but I didn't. So when I first got this guy, for example, and he's got a lot of different. So he's got, if you're somebody who likes to flick a lighter, that was horribly loud, but okay. It also has like the little joystick on it, right? It's got a switch. I am a sucker for a switch. Like, I love a good switch. And then the buttons, I like that. But I didn't know really what I was looking for in a fidget. But like, I know that I love a switch. And sometimes it's kind of like button mashing, you know, when you're really impatiently waiting for like something to load and you're just like, come on, come on. Like that kind of sensation is the kind of thing that we're doing here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. It's got a marble on it. I'm not really sure what the vibe with the marble is because it only seems to go one way. Don't love that. These are fun. But you're not going to know until you try. And unfortunately, it does take up a lot of space. I got way too many fidgets. But I would say you don't need to go and spend a bunch of money on a bunch of really expensive fidgets. You know, your dollar store is going to have a lot of things that can get you kind of started, or you can even look for things around the house. Like I've seen people turn, and I don't honestly think I have any of them left now because they're all in, here they are. I've seen people make their own fidgets out of little rubber bands and gears. Okay, there's a lot of different things that you can use, even plush toys if you already have a plush toy. If you've got an old key ring, and maybe you put a marble, or not a marble, a bead or something on it, you could use that. That all just fell all over the floor. But you never know. You never know where you're going to find an amazing fidget toy. And some things that aren't even necessarily meant to be fidgets still make fantastic fidgets. I hope that this at least gives you a little bit of an idea on maybe how to use a fidget, what fidgets are. Like, they're really regulating for me in my experience. Like, I'm sitting over here, I keep looking at my chunky Tangles, and this has been an immense help to me to have something that is just, and it's discreet enough. Like I could have this in a pocket or in the front of a hoodie and just be fidgeting. You could have it in or under your desk at school if you had to, and hopefully teachers don't give you a hard time like they did me. I mean, honestly, if I had just been allowed to just be me, boy, life could have been a little bit different. And the rubber Tangles also come in the smaller size as well, and I really do love these. These are fantastic as well. So the chonky one just has like, he's got some heft. You know what? So give it a go, see what you can come up with, and just know that it's like, it's okay to fidget. It's okay. I know sometimes it can be hard, and I do try to be respectful of my friends who are very visually sensitive, or they also have sensitivities to sound for the same kind of reasons that I do. So I try to be, I try to think like, okay, I'm going to be in this situation. What kind of fidget could I bring with that isn't going to piss off the entire universe? I know I'm allowed to take up space, but I also don't want to cause somebody else like me the same kind of problems, right? So I do try to be kind of aware of that on my sort of journey. Sometimes I'm not great at it, but I do really try. But even here's another one. Like I have a little Lego guy. You got some Lego kicking around your house? Lego's a fantastic fidget. My husband has 2 little bricks of Lego that he loves to just snap back and forth. Apparently I've got peas on this as well. Like, who knew? But there's a little Lego guy. And you could be fidgeting with him and having a merry old time. So don't get discouraged. If you haven't found something that works for you right away, don't stress. If you are completely new and you've never tried a fidget before and you can get your mitts on a Tangle, sometimes they can be a little bit expensive depending on where you're getting them from. I know a lot of toy stores have had them. I know Toys R Us used to carry these, but that's you know, intermittent as they have things in stock. Like sometimes little hobby shops will have fidgets at the front counter as well. They're becoming more popular. Like I see them in Safeways, I see them in Save on Foods. Where else have I seen them? I've seen them in like Chapters, like Indigo Chapters. Dollar stores are just a really good spot though to get something just on a budget. I mean, you're not necessarily going to find a Tangle there, but you will find, like I got, and I took it apart so that I could have multiple pieces just kicking around, but I got one of these guys, and that's also a great start. And I think some people like the click of this better than they like the Tangles, so it really depends on you. So if you like something that I don't like, don't feel bad about it. If I like something that you don't like, don't feel bad about it. Just know that this is a little bit of a journey here, and it's going to take a minute for you to figure out what really works for you. So I've said that like 5 or 6 times now, so I'm not going to keep yakking your ear off. I hope that you took something away from this. If you're looking for additional resources, you think you may be autistic and you're like, where do I start? Are there quizzes I can take? I have a lot of links actually in the description box down below. You may have to hit like an expand or see more. It's right where the description of the video is, right directly underneath the video. So if you open there, you're going to find like links to my free resources on my Ko-fi. The Embrace Autism website will be linked on there. I usually link the previous week's video as well if you want to check that out. And so there's just a lot of stuff going on in there. I've been having a few questions, people asking me, well, where can I find this? I promise you, like, I'm leaving stuff in the description box for you. So it's all in every video. There will be stuff in there for you that will be helpful to check out. And like I said, I'm going to link to my Amazon affiliate shop where you're going to be able to find a good array of some of the things that I've been able to find. And hopefully that will at least help you get started on your journey. So now it's your turn. If you feel comfortable to do so, please comment below what's your favorite fidget and maybe where you found it so that other people can find it too. And yeah, let me know, like, how do you like to fidget? Like what makes your brain just feel good and buzz and tickle in like a good way? What calms you down? What do you enjoy? Do you have a favorite color fidget? I don't know. Just let me know something about fidgets and your perspective in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video, chaotic though it was. And thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to catching you all again in the next one. Bye for now.